Hello, everybody. Welcome back to an episode of Character Analysis. Keeping the tradition of it being on Sunday, as always, definitely keeping up with that. So today we're kind of shifting. So we did all the Black Ops campaign characters for the first Black Ops. Now we're going to do all the Black Ops 1 Zombies characters, at least the four main ones. So we're going to kind of move on to that. And then after this round of zombies, we're going to go on to Black Ops 2. Like I said, kind of closing it all together, so kind of lumping it all together. And so after this, we're going to move on to Black Ops 2 campaign and zombies characters. So I'm not going to be doing any of the characters in 5 because it's all like real life people, and then it's just not making sense like doing an analysis on like real life people. And then also Call of the Dead and all that. So I'm just going to be doing the four main characters in Black Ops 1. Like Dempsey, Takio, Richtofen, and Nikolai. Those are our four characters. So today we're going to be talking about Tank Dempsey as to kick it off. I'm going to really be talking about how he is in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 Origins, and not really any of the other extra stuff. So kind of be talking about him mainly in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, his Origins characters. So Corporal Tank Dempsey was an American Marine who fought in the United States Marine Corps and is a playable main character in the Zombies game mode, as well as a popular character in the Ether story. His player indicator in Call of Duty World at War and Call of Duty Black Ops 1 is white, shared with John F. Kennedy and Sarah Michelle Gellar, but is randomized in his appearances since and including Moon. An alternate version of Tank Dempsey known as Primus Dempsey, introduced in Origins Call of Duty Black Ops 2, we'll talk about him, basically younger Dempsey, and reappears in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I'm not really going to be talking about his Black Ops 3, because it's pretty much kind of the same thing. It's just the Zombies Chronicles in the giant Durastralis. I don't know how to pronounce that map. Which features as the original timeline Tank Dempsey, Zetsudu Noshima, Good Karavi, and Revelations. I know I bombed all those map names. I apologize. The original timeline Dempsey returns as Ultimus Dempsey, classified Call of Duty Black Ops 4, while Primus Dempsey is playable in Blood of the Dead. Both versions are playable in Alpha Omega and Blackout game mode if unlocked. They also appear in the big cinematics of Tag Your Totem. So like I said, mainly focusing on Black Ops 1 version and Black Ops 2 version, so we're going to kind of get into that. So it's actually very nicely organized on the COD Wiki, so I appreciate to them. Huge help with, great site. I really would recommend it to you guys. Field report, final entry. Well, this is it, the end game. I know what I have to do. Richtofen's barely holding it together, but I gotta believe he can go the extra mile. None of us really, I know how this is gonna play out. But we all know it's the only way forward. I can hope our souls may find a better future. Tank Dempsey, that was a quote. So there's a bunch of different timelines as I mentioned in the Black Ops story. So this is Ultimus version, aka original timeline, and we're going to be going into his personality and kind of like who he is, kind of really going into it. So he has aggressive behavior and often breaks the fourth wall, such as talking directly to the player, and very aware that he is in a game, which is actually pretty funny. He has often used as comedic relief. He highly prefers the German-made weapons, and often derogatory terms refer to zombies such as maggot addict and bone junkie, and derogatory terms towards the zombies. He is shown to be suspicious towards Richtofen and trying to figure out what happens before the events of Shino Numa. He is unaware that he got captured in Varrock. He hates Richtofen, which in return shares the same feeling, as he has a mutual bond with Nikolai and has the highest respect for Takio. As an adult, Dempsey enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. He became well known for his physical prowess, earning him the nickname Tank. He trained extensively with his arms. In particular, he earned the world record for most consecutive one-arm push-ups. He was able to throw a grenade further than a Major League Baseball player. In 1942, he had to leave his young child behind in the United States, as well as sent to fight the Japanese in the Pacific. He later led a Marine recon team into the Varrock Asylum to extract Peter McCain as an American OSS spy. Tank rushed ahead of his squad, captured by the Nazis. Believing he was the spy, his entire unit was killed. He wanted to replace the Mexican that Richtofen accidentally killed during testing. Tank was experimented on by Richtofen at the Siberian outpost along with Takio and Nikolai. He was very aggressive, and he had to be held down during his experimentation. He had his memory wiped due to large amounts of element 115 used on him. He had later a portrait of himself painted by an artist who hung the portrait of Kino de Turton to commemorate the experimentations. After Griffin's Station, he was overrun with zombies, and Samantha became a demonic announcer. Richtofen decided to bring Tank, Nikolai, and Takio with him to the accompanying sites of Nocturne and Toten and Varrock to see what happened. They arrived at Shinonuma, and while there, Richtofen retrieved his diary to form his grand scheme to defeat Samantha. They escaped and teleported to Der Riese, finding they were also overrun. Dempsey acquired the Wonder Rifle DG-2 and fired it inside of the teleporter, overloading it. They were over-teleported to Der Riese in 1946, to Kino de Toten in 1968. They found several radios and tapes, and they used the teleporter to teleport to the Bacchanal Soviet College in Madrid in 1963, direct callback to the campaign if you guys remember. There they fixed the Cosmere mechanism and helped to free Gersh, a Russian scientist trapped in the ether. Tank realized that his memory was lacking, and Takio managed to regain some of his memories of what Richtofen did to them. Richtofen teleported him and others once again where they ended up in the Siberian outpost where the film Call of the Dead was being filmed, in the present day at the time, 2011 I believe, and enlisted to help the celebrities to free them. Tank became suspicious of Richtofen and asked why Richtofen had led the goldenrod in his pocket. Richtofen brushed off his questions, and they were teleported to Shangri-La. They found out about two explorers, Brock and Gary, who needed help with escaping the temple. After numerous attempts at saving them, the focusing stone caused several times to reverse, putting the explorers in a time loop. Richtofen obtains the focusing stone, and the crew finds a spare teleporter. Dempsey accidentally fires the 3917JB-215 whilst the teleporter was activating, sending them to the Pentagon, whilst they reverse engineered the teleporters to send themselves to Area 51, and then to Griffin's station on the moon. Here, Richtofen enacts his grand scheme. He takes over the MPD on the moon, switching bodies with Samantha, and becomes the demonic announcer. Tank and others try to stop Richtofen from launching 3 missiles into the Earth for Maxis' demands. Instead of stopping Richtofen, the missiles blow the Earth up. They try to escape via the teleporter, but end up getting captured by the scientists at Area 51, upon being rescued by the Primus crew coming from Blood of the Dead. They seek to retrieve the elemental shard at Camp Edward and Alpha Omega, while also sending the Avogadro to the Broken Arrow facility in Green Run. After this, they go to the frozen forest, but along with his comrades, Ultimus Dempsey is poisoned to death by Primus Nikolai, and that was the story of the OG Dempsey, aka the Ultimus Dempsey. Now, we're going to talk about Black Ops 2 Dempsey in the alternate timeline that takes place within the World War I era. Group 935 discovers Element 115 while excavating in France. The United States learned about this and sent an operative to confirm the validity. Corporal Tank Dempsey on November 19th, 1917. Tank estimates he's been in the area for a few weeks. Major outbreaks occurred near the excavation sites, and Tank independently arrived to investigate. He rode on an MKIV tank and arrived at a bunker where he witnesses Richtofen cutting out Maxis' brain from his body. Along with Nikolai and Takio, Dempsey wanted to take Richtofen into custody back to America, but Richtofen convinced him to remain focused on the present threat of the undead. They discover a little girl trapped in Nargotha and set her out free by crafting and upgrading the 4 elemental staffs. After crafting the Maxis drone and freeing Samantha, Maxis as the heroes enter a portal and are teleported away. And that's kind of the timeline of Black Ops 1 Dempsey and Black Ops 2 Dempsey. And overall, I think I love Dempsey. Again, he's my favorite character. Well, one of them. I like all the 4 characters in Black Ops 1. Dempsey is one of my favorite. He's actually a fan favorite among the Black Ops community, so a lot of people did love Tank Dempsey, and there's some extra quotes here that I'm going to read from Dempsey. No points, no ammo. My favorite M16, woohoo, yeah, better than my bar. Funny quotes. Even a blind squirrel is right twice a day. That's a classic. Wow, blew that clean off. I found a hidden song. Awesome. This looks like the part of the meteor. I think I found the last piece. Hey, look, it's nobody. You've buried good for now. Get off me. Oorah. Nuke. So those were some funny quotes from Dempsey. As I mentioned, he does provide a lot of comedic relief in the game, so that's pretty funny. Some funny quotes there, but overall, like I said, Dempsey is a classic character, and at least in Black Ops 1 for the most part, and definitely a fan favorite. So yeah, but that's kind of gonna wrap it up here. So comment down below. What do you guys think of Dempsey? Do you like him? I think he's definitely a fan favorite, like I said, among a lot of COD fans, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you guys liked it. So let's discuss. Definitely keeping a tradition, just like I said, for now, something that you guys can look forward to, character analysis every Sunday, if I could swing it, and I have pretty much the past few weeks that it's been going on. Yeah, so make sure to subscribe for more content, like the video, all the good stuff, Discord, Twitch, Instagram, links in the description. I know there's been, at least in my talking videos, there's been kind of the same gameplay. The gameplay is going to change up this week, or next week I should say. So look out for new gameplay, just to kind of refresh it, just to put it out there. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.